When I bought the old house, everyone in town warned me. She died here. Years ago. Forget her. But on my first night, I heard soft footsteps below and found a breathtaking alien girl hiding in my basement, blue-skinned, long-haired, wearing tattered clothes and whispering my name. The strangest part? She wasn't just alive, she'd been waiting for me. The basement was cold, dusty, untouched, and far older than the rest of the house. I'd only bought the place a week ago, but locals were quick to murmur strange things. They told me not to go downstairs after dark. She died down there. One of them had whispered, "You'll feel it. That place remembers." I laughed it off until the third night when I heard something move. It wasn't rats, not pipes, footsteps, soft ones, and breathing. I grabbed a flashlight, descended the old wooden stairs, and called out, but got no answer. Only silence. The air grew thick, the temperature dropped, and something felt wrong. Not evil, just deeply sad. My light flicked across the basement, old furniture draped in sheets, cobwebs in the corners, an oil drum or two. Then it hit her. She was crouched behind an overturned bookshelf, clutching a blanket tightly around her body. A girl, no, not human. Not exactly. Her skin was a deep blue hue, glowing faintly even in the shadows. Her long, corner-shaped ears twitched at the sound of my gasp. Her dark, flowing hair fell messily around her shoulders, and her thin shirt clung to her damp skin as though she'd been crying. Two slender horns curved gently from beneath her hairline, glowing faintly near the tips. Her eyes locked with mine. They were huge, almost too large for her face, gleaming with tears and something more. Recognition. "You came," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I knew you would. I remembered your scent." I froze. Do I know you?" She stood slowly, unsteady on her bare feet. Her long limbs were graceful, but her legs shook. She stepped forward cautiously, holding the blanket tighter across her lower half. Despite her weakened state, she was breathtaking. Ethereal. Her figure was soft and well-formed, with a quiet, aching beauty that felt otherworldly. But what chilled me most wasn't her appearance, it was the name she said next. "Daniel. That was my name. I hadn't told anyone in town yet. How do you?" Her eyes filled again. "You don't remember. You're not him, but you are. Something happened. Something tore you from me." She suddenly crumbled, sinking to her knees, sobbing into the floor. The blanket slipped slightly, revealing the edge of a strange tattoo on her back, glowing, shifting faintly like it was alive. I stepped closer. I should have run. But I didn't. Because in that moment, I felt something stir inside me, an ache in my chest, an echo of something lost. Something familiar. I knelt beside her. "Who are you?" She looked up, tears streaking down her glowing cheeks. "I'm the one they told you was dead." But I waited. I never stopped waiting. And the basement didn't feel so cold anymore. "I used to be yours," she whispered, voice thick with sorrow as she leaned into my chest. "Not in this body, maybe not even on this earth. But I remember you. I remember dying." Her words shouldn't have made sense, should have sounded like madness. But I didn't pull away. Instead, I helped her to the old couch, wrapping the thickest blanket I could find around her trembling shoulders. The glow from her tattoo pulsed faintly, as if responding to our closeness. "I was part of the resistance," she said, eyes distant. "We weren't meant to survive the culling. Your people and mine, both caught in it. You sacrificed everything to shield me. A war? Another world?" It felt impossible, except I believed her. My hands trembled as I brushed a strand of hair from her face, and again that strange familiarity struck like a thunderclap. Her skin was warm, soft. The moment my fingers touched her, something sparked behind my eyes, flashes of gunfire, screams, her face covered in ash, lips moving as I bled out. "I remember you calling me Starflare," she said, voice breaking. "You held me in a trench of broken steel while the sky burned. I couldn't speak, couldn't breathe." She looked up, her blue skin glowing dimly in the dark. "They said I died, but I didn't. I was taken. Broken. Stored in a containment vault. Then somehow I was here. I woke up in this basement, with your scent in the walls and your voice in my dreams." She touched my chest, right where my heart raced. "You found me again." I wanted to argue, deny, tell her I wasn't whoever she remembered, but some part of me knew better. I couldn't explain how or why, but this wasn't chance. Not hallucination. "What do I call you now?" she asked softly. "If you're not the same man, do I still belong to you?" "No," I said, voice quiet. Her eyes dropped. "You don't belong to anyone. But I'm not leaving you again." She looked up sharply, eyes wide, a spark lighting in them. And for the first time, the war faded from her expression. Hope began to take root. She leaned in, forehead resting against mine. I waited so long, she whispered. I know, I breathed. But I'm here now. She stood barefoot in the morning light, wrapped in my old hoodie, steam rising from the tea I'd made her. Her eyes scanned the backyard through the window like it was a new world. And maybe it was. For someone who remembered dying in fire and waking in darkness, sunlight must have felt like a dream. I watched her fingertips brush the edges of the fabric she wore, slowly absorbing the safety of it. Her skin had a bluish hue, soft and glowing faintly under the light, like she absorbed it rather than merely reflected it. You still make it the same way, she said softly, sipping the tea. You remembered that? I remember everything. I walked over slowly, unsure of how close was too close. She didn't move away. In fact, she leaned just enough that our arms touched. I'm not him, I said finally. Not the man from wherever that was. You are. She turned to me. Maybe not in body, maybe not in name, but you are. My breath caught. Why me? Because you never let go, she whispered. Even after you died in my arms, you found your way back. She turned fully toward me now. Her long dark hair fell over one shoulder, eyes wide and searching. Do you believe in reincarnation? I hesitated. I didn't. But you do now. I looked at her, at the shape of her ears, the shimmer of tears waiting to fall, the trembling lip that barely managed to stay calm. I don't know what I believe, I said. But I know I couldn't leave you down there. And I know. I feel something that shouldn't be possible. She stepped forward, slow, careful. One step, then another. Her hands found mine. Do you still hear the music? She whispered. A chill ran through me. I hadn't told her, but I did. A quiet humming in dreams. A melody I couldn't place. That was mine, she said. You always asked me to sing when the guns were too loud. Said it reminded you that beauty still existed. Tears built behind my eyes. Sing it again. She leaned her head into my chest, and in a trembling voice she sang, an alien lullaby that somehow felt like home. My arms closed around her. I didn't understand everything, might never. But in that moment, I didn't need answers. She was real. She was here. And she had waited across galaxies, across death itself, to find me again. Not as a soldier. Not as a savior. Just a man with arms strong enough to hold the broken pieces. And a heart willing to start over.